volunteers of the West Bloomington Revitalization Project are so committed and so dedicated, and that's what's moving that neighborhood forward every day. What's so impressive to me is that when you look at, everything from the board members to the folks that are working with the organization, is that so many of them come out of that neighborhood. It's their neighborhood. They have a lot of pride and they have a lot of vision about where they want to go, and it's evident in how committed they are to their work. When you look at the community garden in Val Dumser and Sue Floyd, and how they've never looked back. They've gone from one community garden to another community garden to another community garden, and they've brought the benefits of that space throughout that neighborhood. I don't know that anyone had any idea that it would grow like it did, and literally and figuratively, and that it would be such an amazing, real gift to the West Side. I remember about 6 months ago when the city approved another piece of land across the street from the first community garden there on Roosevelt and Mulberry, and thinking, that was the least the city could do, that that garden really was the tipping point for the West Side. So to be able to approve another gift of land for the city is just the least we can do for the neighborhood and for the volunteers that are moving that all forward. I have done now probably about 3 times. It's nice when I can wear both my ISU hat and my City of Bloomington hat, and I've taken probably about 3 different groups of faculty over there for neighborhood tours. And when you are working with faculty that, either in some cases they're new to Bloomington Normal, in other cases they've lived in the community for 20 years but had no idea, the neighborhood. They had probably driven through it before, but they had never taken the time to really look around. And doing the tour, they said that they were changed. They were made more aware of the real depth and breadth of what the West Side brings to our community, the historical value of the stories of the West Side, the diverse groups of people and families that bring about a lot of the diversity in our community, the needs, the opportunities, in this case the opportunities for students to understand the community and through the community's needs, and so I think it's a real benefit to the university to continue to explore the opportunities that exist with West Bloomington. I think oftentimes when the community thinks about I think oftentimes when the university thinks about working with the community, we don't always think first about what the community's needs are. And I think that should always be the first thing that we think about. I think that, community needs ought to drive community engagement here at Illinois State. So if students want to go volunteer, if professors want to take their classes, and, have learning opportunities in the community, for service learning projects, for RSO projects, I think they all need to be driven by community need. And, that's my hope, is that we can move towards a future where, all neighborhoods in our community, but especially the West Side, continues to articulate very clearly what their community needs are so that those can be addressed.